Hey everyone, Dominator here from the Infectious Racing Club. I'm going to go over the Maserati Alfieri car Riot event. So at the start I like to take the left path, that way we can pick up 2 yellow nitro bottles. This is a particularly good opportunity to show that the AI it will be a real problem. So the one that starts closest to us on the left, that one always swings over to the right. So that's when you want to use your nitro to protect yourself and wreck that AI. This one here that was in front of us on the right hand side decided to also swing to the left side. Thankfully we were still in a nitro state and that wrecked it. Now the one that's coming up here, you got to be a little bit careful for. It lines up perfectly in the middle, so you want to pick up the yellow bottle. It shouldn't be a problem there, but you're gonna have to move a little bit to the side, otherwise you're gonna run into the back of them. And of course, being in the nitro state, running into the back of them, that's gonna slow us down. So we're gonna want to move to the side, swing in a little bit, pick up the yellow bottle, and wreck them on the side. Through this section here, we're just gonna try and get as much nitro as possible. Again, just a little bit of a drift, so that we can get into orange state. And then up we go, and down here on the left hand side I'm going to do a little bit of a drift. Unfortunately my little bit of a drift wasn't long enough, and then the blue bottle was not enough because I had already moved into a nitro state, so I didn't have enough to move into shockwave. That's what I wanted off that jump. That's what you want as well. Here, once we hit our top speed and land, let's move into yellow state. Make sure you're in a nitro state as you go over those snow patches. They will slow you down, but you should know that because we just had this track not that long ago. And here we'll pick up the yellow bottle, go back into yellow nitro state, and then we've had a perfect run, so that helped extend the life of the nitro we had. And just before this bottle, I'm going to turn it off because that will give us a full nitro bar, and then we can move into shockwave. And then I want to move a little bit higher on this one, try and maximize the air time as much as possible. And I'm staying in the middle, as you can see. I'm not moving towards the rock until a little bit later near the end. And that way, if I'm this way, I'll land more in the middle of the road. I can time my entry so I don't hit the side of the rock and wreck. Because if I'm in too close and I try and turn, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to go into the sidewall, which might not be a bad thing, but it will keep you from getting the blue nitro bottles that come around this bend. Or you're going to be in too tight and you're going to be up against the rock and on that snowy patch, and that snowy patch just kills the speed of the car. So we're going to drift without the accelerator on, and then if you want to maintain shockwave, you need to pick up that last blue bottle. And when I'm talking about maintaining shockwave, is maintaining shockwave on the ramp that we're lining up for right now. If you don't, you will run out, and then you'll have to do this ramp in orange nitro. So we are going to drop down. We're going to hit this ramp. We're going to be in shockwave. We're going to be fine. I'm going to turn it off, go into yellow nitro. Here, just doing a little bit of the brake nitro trick so that I extend it a little bit more. We're going to pick up this bottle here, and now we should just need a small drift and pick up that bottle and go right into shockwave as quickly as possible. Now, the other thing we want to do is we want to turn it off even if we haven't reached the top speed, because when we do shockwave off of that lip, we're going to go into airspeed. But we want to turn it off here so that we can make this corner without going onto the grass or hitting the side rail. And here I'm going to use this truck to pick up a near miss so that I can have a little bit of nitro, because we just used most of it, although I did pick up a perfect run here. That timing would have been off a little bit if I didn't hit the sidewall after, I think it was coming off the jump by the mountain. That way I can go at least into orange and take that jump. Now we don't want to go high on that jump. If we go too high, that's really going to slow us down. So that's why I took it near the base of the jump, and basically the front of the car is just covering the middle of the jump, and that's it. That's all we really need. We're going to get enough nitro to keep ourselves going. Pick up the yellow bottle here. That's important because we want to be able to maintain the yellow nitro throughout this part. And when you're going around that corner, I am tapping the joystick to the right, just tapping, 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 so that I don't lose that much speed, because if you hold it down when you're trying to make that corner, you're going to shave off a lot of speed. And then I want to have a little bit of nitro, so just keep an eye on your nitro bar here. Make sure that you have enough to go into orange nitro over this jump, so that you can maximize your airtime and not lose speed as you go, slightly up on that jump there, or on that ramp. Here we're going to get the near miss off of this truck and line ourselves up for the yellow bottle. Two options. I'm going to do the forced barrel roll. The other option is to do 360s off this jump if you want to have more nitro when you land. And then once we land, we'll just proceed in yellow nitro. Nothing really major to worry about here. We're going to go into orange nitro on this jump if we have anything left. And now in the air, I'm starting to already drift to make this corner. We're going to get a near miss off that truck and avoid hitting the truck. And then we're just going to swing back around the other way and then go right into shockwave as soon as possible. Now the nitro efficiency of this car is fairly good, so we can make that distance in shockwave, so we're getting right back up to our top speed after that S curve. And here I maintain shockwave through this section because, one, I'm trying to cut down my distance here by going onto the snow. Of course, this snowy patch, and as you see the pylons, if you're to the right of the pylons, that is the section that we would consider like the shoulder, and it will slow you down. So I'm going to power through it with the shockwave, and that goes for the same thing right here. If you're to the right of those barricades, it is a slower spot. So I want to plow through that and continue on. Now, when we pick up the yellow bottle, I'm going to do the wall ride here to keep ourselves up and to the top airspeed of the car and finish off with whatever nitro we got in to the finish line. Sorry. So that was a 148.901 at present, good for 39th. Obviously that will change. We're still very early in this event, but that should be good enough to secure top 5% in this event. And it's nice to have a top 5% again after that Civic event. So racers, good luck to you on this event, and I'll see you in the top 5%.